The next one I'm gonna let Zach take it away because he messaged me. He's like, "You need to watch this Albert Brooks Defending Your Life documentary that's out on HBO." I had this on my list, but he made me bump it to the top. Talk about it, dude.
Yeah, so it's a new profile of the famous comedian, filmmaker, actor Albert Brooks. This is directed by his lifelong friend Rob Reiner. One of the interesting things that you find out in watching the documentary is they actually went to high school together, so they have known each other for a long time. Yeah, knew his pops too.
Crazy.
The great Carl Reiner. But you know, Albert Brooks is like an iconic figure in the world of comedy. He's in a lot of ways the father of the alternative comedy scene because he sort of does these deconstructionist bits, and it's a lot of it is based on you having some sort of expectation for what a comedian's role is. But he's extended that into lots of different fields. His films are iconic and fantastic and have a huge influence on films today and comedy today. And he's even found a lot of success just in his different roles as an actor. And he's often overlooked Hollywood figure. So it's really exciting to see this collection, which I think really is has a focus on the work. It's really puts forward what he made, and takes you through a journey almost linearly from the stand-up work to the appearances on late night talk shows to his first forays into filmed entertainment to making his more classic movies. And it's a pretty great like summary of some of the things that have made him such an icon. It's also peppered by lots of talking heads from iconic comedians. You know, the kinds of talking heads that might feel superfluous if they didn't feel so in the lineage of Albert Brooks, right? Like people like Jon Stewart or Conan O'Brien or Larry David and Judd Apatow and you know, even Jonah Hill, Tiffany Haddish. Yeah, a lot of Haim is maybe a little bit out of left field for.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere. But I agree with you. It's like people who he almost like encouraged, who inspired. Right. That without him, you go like, that is where you got your stuff from, and you get to see the origin of their comedy bits.
Yeah, and it's cool because aside from just being like the documentarian, the film sort of is built around this conversation between Albert Brooks and Rob Reiner sitting together at a diner, going over different moments in his career. And because they have this long-standing relationship, you're hearing it like you're hearing it told to a friend. It's all very conversational and very
they're finishing each other's stories of how they remember
exactly,
it. He made his dad
so,
like almost pee his pants.
Yeah, it's just delightful. Like it's a documentary that I put on thinking, you know, I'll watch a little bit of this and then I'll get into doing some other stuff. And I kind of just couldn't turn away from it because it's nonstop, like great comedy bit after delightful personal anecdote after hilarious clip from a movie. I mean, it's the kind of movie that you'll see and probably add like three or four things to your watch list immediately after.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good look back because, look, to me, I hear my man's voice, and you got to understand the first thing I heard him in, he was Merlin in Finding Nemo. So,
for a lot of us.
Realizing him as an actor growing up was one thing, and then seeing some of his specials, because I would see some of them on the documentary, and I was just like, I remember that one. I remember the dog one. When he's walking the dog as like the mime, but then breaking down a lot of the other things, especially when the talking heads like Conan would say, it's the way that he does this that led me to do this, and I'm like, dude, that explains so much of what I like about Conan, and this is the originator right here.
Exactly.
I find that fascinating. There's another one on HBO, the George Carlin's American Dream.
That
would be a good double feature. He did, right? That would be a good double feature in terms of two movies that really dissect a comedian.
Iconic,
and really looks at them as an art form and how they grew creatively, because I think they both do a really good job at showcasing their career paths, the ways that they, like you said, pivoted and did different things, and just the psyche of how they came up with their jokes. So both of these are really good. Great recommendation. Albert Brooks, Defending Your Life, over on the Max?
Max. Yeah.
Max. Whatever that is right there.